finally learning what you deserve, and you're better off alone. You know he didn't deserve you. I was happy to hear that you ended it. Was about time, but honey, who could have predicted it? It ended in flames. It's not surprising that he broke your heart. Yeah, he never was the right guy for you. I always told you that from the start. And I never saw you look so gorgeous. Your heart was never meant to be broken. I never saw you look so gorgeous. You always knew he was never the right one. I never saw you look so gorgeous. It's not surprising that he broke your heart. Yeah, he never was the right guy for you. I always told you that from the start. And I never saw you look so gorgeous. Your heart was never meant to be broken. I never saw you look so gorgeous. You always knew he was never the right one. I never saw you look so gorgeous.
Raccoonies! It's time for school. It's time for school. Everybody gather around. It's time for school. It's school time.
With the ghost of what we used to be.
It's time for school. Time for
Like you're
school.
always chasing.
Everybody get your pencils. Do you have your pencils? Do you have your uniform? Do you have your backpacks? Do you have your lunch? School's not providing lunch. You better have packed your lunch. And if you don't mind telling me what you packed for lunch, if you don't mind telling me, I'd like to know, and maybe you can share. Maybe you can share a little bit with me. Maybe I will have just a couple nipples. Just a couple nipples. I'm your professor today, and I, for extra credit, you share your lunch with me. For extra credit, you share your lunch with me. That's the rules. Them's the rules. Them's the rules. As you can see, I've got my lectern here. My lectern. Because we're going to be doing an art history lesson today. Woo! This is something I've wanted to do for a long time. To be honest, this is going to end up being a series because I'm going to do a bunch of different topics pretty semi-regularly. At least maybe once a month. At least once a month, maybe every couple weeks. But I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't given a presentation on art history since I was in grad school, and that was over 7 years ago. So it's been a minute. But the topics that I was interested in covering, I put to a poll on Tweetar. And the tweeters, the single person who voted, won. Them's the rules. Them's the games, right? So iconoclasm, the topic of iconoclasm. We're going to talk about that today, so that's going to be fun. But before we do that, we can just have like a you and me moment. How's it going? How's your day? How is everything? It's Tuesday. I almost said Monday. It's definitely Tuesday. I have been so exhausted lately. I have been so exhausted. Like, yeah, I'm not maybe getting the full amount of sleep that I probably should be getting. But I mean, who is? But I don't know. I've just my body has been so tired. I've been reading. And when I've been reading, I'm like doing the like nodding off like zombie mode. Which never happens. So that's been like a horrible thing to to deal with yesterday and today. But yeah, I've been so exhausted, just really tired. Maybe I'll try to go to bed early. I also am really tired right now too. I was thinking earlier, I was like, maybe I'll push this off. No, I'm excited. We're doing it. We're doing it now. We're doing a presentation. One of the topics that actually I thought we could cover is my my master's thesis. So I'm an expert in that topic, but I think that's going to be for another time. We're not going to do that today. But I just have a couple other like housekeeping things I need to do to get myself ready. Let me just do some stuff here. That's good. Oh, I wonder if I could find like a pointer. That would be really fun. Pointer PNG. Like teacher pointer. Ooh, there's some. Wait, that's cool. Is this? No, that's not. No, that's not a. Hold on. Boop, boop. Let's do transparent teacher pointer PNG. Holy, all the words, huh? This is kind of fun. Is this? Oh, it's got a giant Shutterstock logo on it, though. That's a little annoying. Let's see. Ba-ba-da-da. Do-do-do-do. There's some clip art. Yeah, like, you know, some professors have those, like, pointy doodahs. I might not be able to find one. Oh, wait. Maybe I just did. Hold on. What happens if I save this image? Oh, no. Hold on. Okay, I might not have a pointer for this one. It's not working out. That's okay. That's okay. You have me. I'll point it out for you. Okay. Let me move over to presentation mode. Oh, let me even lower my lectern. Oh, nope. No, I don't want it to come with me. There. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. Hello, class. Hello, class. My name is... Oh, wait. I feel like I'm little. There we go. Now I'm important. Hello, class. Welcome to your first day of school. Welcome to your first day of school. My name is Professor Pink Peony VT. You can call me Professor Pink. My name is Professor Pink, and today we are going to talk about iconoclasm. So, iconoclasm comes from the word icon, shocker, which is, all of this is Latin. Icon meaning image. Clasm, hold on, clasm is derived from that. This I didn't write down. Clastos, that's what it is. Clastos. I was trying to Google like some quick fun facts that I didn't know, and I ended up getting the definition. I was like, oh yeah, I should talk about the definition. So yes, iconoclasm. So icon meaning image, clastos, clasm, meaning like destruction, right? So you can already get an idea of what this topic is going to cover, the destruction of images. We're specifically going to be examining the origins of this. And when I say origins, because I, as an art historian, as we'll learn in a separate lecture, do challenge the origins of certain things. I'm not going to go into detail on that. I'll go into detail on that later. But so the origins of really the first, in quotations, iconoclastic moments were through the Byzantine era, the Byzantine Empire, the Grecian Empire, and the Roman Empire. So here we have a map of the Byzantine. I'm not like other professors. I'm a cool professor. The Byzantonian. The Byzantine Empire. So you can see it's kind of like, it's all of Italy, Turkey, which, you know, modern day Turkey, Constantinople, shout out. And then sort of these coastal regions. It does butt up against the Persian Empire, but you know, it's a pretty wide-reaching area. You've got some of Spain, you've got some islands, you've got some of Egypt, northern Africa. Like, it covered quite a bit. The Byzantine Empire was pretty crazy. If you are familiar with the Byzantine Empire, you're probably familiar with it in terms of Christian orthodoxy, that's where like this comes from, which we'll sort of get into in a little bit. But this is the Byzantine Empire. The Greek Empire, this is sort of as best as I could sort of get at its sort of height-ish. This is actually like a really shitty map the more that I think about it. Because the Grecian Empire was also very large. As you can see on the specific map, like there are this is really settlements. So like areas of Greek settlement, you can see again along this coast, obviously Greek, some of Italy, some of other areas in Europe, sort of going into like Middle East and you know, that area. But the Grecian Empire was also very large, also, you know, Christian. But then it started to mingle politics into religious ideology as well. And then there's also the, you know, non-Christian side of things. You know, we've got the Greek gods. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. We also have the Roman Empire, which the red is the Roman Empire. It was really big. And we're going to talk about the political side of iconoclasm through the Roman Empire. So this is just an idea of, you know, when we talk about the Byzantine Empire, the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire, these are just an idea of the area, and then obviously the size and the breadth and the, influence of what's happening. So icons, right? Icons allowed a different form of intimacy between the audience and divinity that relics could not provide. And this was a new concept to iconography in the Byzantine era. So there's always been depictions of things, right? You might be familiar with the horse cave paintings, the first paintings or first drawings of humans in that French cave. It's an image, it's an icon, right? But imagery up until now was really seen as image, but there's this gap that started to close and really became thinly veiled between the audience, meaning the people, and the divinity provided in the imagery of things like Christ, Mother Mary, the Jesuses, right? People were starting to feel that they were closer to divinity via these icons, which some people were extremely against. They did not think that someone as powerful and almighty and higher than us should be depicted, which actually, fun fact, the Islamic religion is a good example of modern iconoclastic ideology, because Islamic theory states that Allah cannot be made like painted, shown, drawn, right? Like there shouldn't be any iconography because of stuff like this. People start to worship the painting itself. People start to worship the image itself, because that gap is really closed between what you're looking at and what you're feeling and your emotion. And, you think that you're getting close to divinity, but it's really just, paint on wall or, stained glass or the relics and everything. So it's like false idol worship in a way. So at this time, that gap really started to close, and it was a really interesting thing for the rulers of the Byzantine Empire to kind of deal with. Some were really on board and some were not. So 726 to 843 estimated this time specifically. So this is specifically a period of Byzantine iconoclasm. It was a crisis. Like, I have the word crisis listed here. It was a theological crisis, because one emperor would be in rule, and they would have coins, the money, depicting themselves, but then on the other side they would have it depicting Christ, and then the next person, because faith and politics were intertwined. Faith and politics were seen as intertwined by some, because the stronger the thought with it is, the stronger the faith, the healthier the nation. The stronger the nation, the more powerful the nation. So some people in power wanted to have depictions of themselves alongside depictions of Christ. The money, for example, one side of the coin would be the emperor, the other side would be like Jesus. And then the next person in power would be like, literally, no, that is ridiculous. Strong faith is important to show the strength of the nation and all of that, but like, we're not gonna look at him. Excuse you. So then things would be destroyed. Things would be painted over. New money would be made, right? Like, so it was just this sort of constant battle. And there were some people that were leading movements on it. There were some people that were leading other movements. Without going into too much detail, there was a lot of back and forth on the idea of it. and then it involved politics. So, you know, iconoclasm means like destruction of images, but it doesn't exactly mean like specifically the breaking of images, right? The importance is like the creation of it as well. The beginning of the creation of the piece is just as important as the destruction of the piece, because, you know, as I have here, images now had a philosophical theorization attached to them from the very beginning, which was really new, which we just covered, right? Really new. Right here, we've got Jesus. What's up, my guy? Love. Actually, I'm not religious, but, you know, my homie, right? Someone could look at this and be like, oh my God, this is him. I will kiss the hands. I will kiss the holy book. I will touch I will, you know, kiss the cheek. I will everything. Like, it's idol worship. They're seeing this as the religious figure versus just simply a lovely painting, right? So this was a new thing, that gap between divinity and the audience was really, really small. So there's more terms with this. This is going to be on the test, Raccoony, so you might want to take out your notebooks. No computers or iPads, please. Pencil and paper, thank you. Iconomachy. I always mess this up. Iconophile and iconoclast. So the chain of events that occurred from the image struggle is referred to as the iconomachy. So the events that are happening from the struggle of the back and forth of should we have these images, should we not? That's called the iconomachy. Iconophiles were the ones who were in favor of having these icons, having these depictions. Woo woo, Jesus, we love you. We're gonna kiss your cheekies and your hands, and we're gonna whoop whoop, and we're gonna have you on the coins with the emperor. Love it. Kissy kissy. Iconophiles. Iconoclasts were the opposite. Boo, 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 down with the images. Boo, boo, we don't want to look at him. Oh my God, I don't want to look at his ugly face. Just kidding. I don't want to look at his face. I shouldn't know what he looks like. He is too powerful for us to depict him in mortal form. He shouldn't be on the coins either. Shouldn't be on the money, right? So, iconophiles, pro. Iconoclasts, against. Iconomachy, the whole events of the whole story. So now we're going to talk about some examples here. And I put a couple examples in this slideshow, but I'm actually going to take us to like one website to show you an interactive thing. But then I'm also going to take you, we're going to go to maybe some museum websites and look at some collections and sort of do a little game. So here's some examples. So this is an earlier example from the Byzantine era specifically. So iconoclasm wasn't always about the destruction of imagery, right? The struggle of iconoclasts, remember the people who don't like it. So the struggle of the people who didn't like icons originally was over depictions of Christ and whether or not it should be allowed. Some rulers were in favor of imagery showcasing faith intertwined with the success of their nation, though. So, thus, they were encouraging depictions of religious iconography and portraiture, even alongside depictions of themselves on money, right? We just talked about that. Others, however, those iconoclasts, were against this and created imagery such as the cross found on the dome ceiling of Hagia Irene. So in this example, we can see here, this is a church from the Byzantine era. This is a Christian Orthodox church from the Byzantine area. It's still around. Shout out, shout out. It did have a fire at one point, so then it was sort of being rebuilt. So it has a long period of construction, as you can see down there. Not uncommon. But when the dome portion was being, the mosaic was being made and being put down there, which is also the area where the priest would be giving sermons, I guess is what you would say, giving sermons. That's like a really holy area. So you have like really beautiful art. And if any of you raccoonies are religious, and you go to churches, you'll probably see some similar things today too, especially in like some Catholic churches. But because the iconoclasts were also not a fan of the imagery of the divinity, the divine, something like this was done, where the emperor in charge, or the people who were in charge, said, hey, no, but we want to have something nice. So the artist, the person who was in charge of laying the mosaic in the dome portion of this, put just a cross. It's a symbol. It's not an image. It's a symbol. And what's particularly special about this, you may just be like, wow, it's a cross on a ceiling, like woohoo. What's particularly special about this, there's two things that are particularly special about this, which is why I chose this to show you. The first being that this is one of the earlier examples of iconoclasm that is still around today. The second reason being, notice how where the person who is taking this photo is standing, that cross is basically perfectly straight up, vertically, horizontally. That is a domed ceiling. So the person who laid these mosaics, created it specifically so when the patrons would be going to church, they would see it straight. It wouldn't be curved. And so that was pretty badass. Here's another example of Byzantine art. That's where I got my map from. I was like, oh, they actually have a really good map. But what I wanted to show from here, oh, actually, this is the coin I was talking about. This was like an example of one of the money I was talking about. So you can see on one side of the money is Jesus Christ, and on the other side is the emperor, because he said we are best buds. And then where is the, yeah, okay, here's a better picture. See how straight this is, but this is a curved ceiling. Absolutely fantastic. But this is especially what I wanted to show you. I wonder if maybe I can zoom out a little bit to show you. Yeah, okay, this is a little bit better. Okay. So sorry, it's a little weird, but so this is another like dome ceiling that we're looking at in another church, another religious area. You can kind of see in this black and white photo that there's been some work done on sort of, if you look at the elbows of Mother Mary, you can kind of see like it could be cracks, it could be something, but it kind of looks like something was there, right? So we as art historians, there's a couple different educational routes that we can go, and conservation is one of them. And there's a lot of fabulous technology that allows us to examine pieces and see past imagery, like underlying paintings under paintings and stuff like that. You may have seen some like cool videos online of stuff like that. So this is one of those examples. It's super cool. The red is the iconoclastic era, and then this is afterwards. So we can see that there previously was what could be assumed to just be simply a cross. Very similar to the Haya Arene, right? And then after the iconoclastic era, when people were like, yeah, no, the images are cool, it was redone to add baby Jesus and Mother Mary. And also there's some divine hands up here that you can see sort of in the gold motif, the holy light motif. But you can see that was redone. So this is a really fascinating example showing a piece that is still in existence, but clearly showcases the iconoclastic history and provenance of the piece itself and the change that happened because of it. I just loved that. So I really, really wanted to showcase that. So we talked about the Byzantine era, right? We talked about the Byzantine era, but this also occurred in the Grecian times, in the Greek era, the Empire, and the Roman Empire. So I wanted to show a few examples of that as well. And what I sort of am most familiar with when it comes to iconoclasm, what I've learned in my studies. So I'm going to show you some examples of iconoclastic damage, and then some examples of what non-iconoclastic damage looks like on sculpture. Specifically, during this time, it wasn't that struggle between like the closeness of divinity and people seeing these icons as like, I love it, like I'm with Jesus, and or we shouldn't depict God as a human mortal. It wasn't that. But during the Greek Empire, there were all the Greek gods. Iconoclasm in this sense for the Greek Empire also was like, Greek gods, those are false. So people would destroy the iconography, which many times were sculptures, and specifically you'll see crosses bared on the foreheads. So as you can see, this example is from Aphrodite, the Greek goddess Aphrodite, and you can see on the forehead a cross has been put on there. It was the Christians that were like, false. So crosses are going to be on the foreheads. Additionally, the common things you will see for iconoclasm in terms of sculpture destruction, even in the Roman Empire we'll talk about, is sort of like the orifices, right? The orifices, the nose, the ears, the eyes, the mouth. Those will all be destroyed. So we can see here, in addition to this cross, there's destruction to the nose, which could be from a variety of things, but there's destruction to the nose. There's chiseling in the mouth. There's chiseling in the eyes, and then in the ears as well. There's hair covering. Her hair covers quite a bit, so you might not be able to see as well. But the orifices, the like entrance to the being, are carved out, are destroyed, along with having a cross on here. So that is how we can tell on these sculptures. So here's another example. In the Roman Empire, and this is what I'm like most excited about, and this is what I wanted to talk about specifically with iconoclasm, it was really political. It was crazy. If you ever want a good like drama history read, just start reading about the Roman Empire, because pretty much every single emperor was either murdered or like murdered on purpose because people were like overthrowing him. So he was either killed, which when it's the emperor that's killed, it's the entire family, it's the extended family, it's the wife, it's the kids, it's the aunts and uncles and cousins and grandma and grandpa and mom and dad. It's all of them. They're all right. So when that would happen, and you know the emperors always had like giganto egos, which what has changed, but giganto egos, so they're gonna have sculptures and paintings and everything everywhere in their empire showing themselves. It's a power move, right? I'm always watching you. I'm always here. I'm depicted and you're not. I am looking over you in this beautiful marble and the stone and that was crafted and da 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 da, right? So there's gonna be that everywhere. So when one of the emperors, one of the rulers would be ousted, it was like a purge. People would take to the streets, they would go and they would start destroying all of these depictions, all of these icons. So iconoclasm was just as politically based later in the Roman era than it was in the Byzantine era, where it was really tied to divinity, it's so fascinating. Also because it's fascinating to me too, because in the Byzantine era, in the Byzantine Empire, It was also politically motivated, but this was like fully politically motivated. So you can really see the progression, especially with the Greek in between. So here we have an example of a marble portrait of Emperor Caracalla. I'm also not 100% positive if this is destroyed based on iconoclasm. I just want to say that based on my education, based on my understanding of things, I would argue that this probably was iconoclastic damage. Nose is damaged. There's some damage to the eyes, specifically in the ears, which we don't have in this picture, but there's some other images of this marble head, this portrait, and I can tell that there's damage on it. Now, here's some examples of regular damage, non-iconoclastic damage, right? So these things aren't in pristine condition all the time. You go to a museum, I mean, look at this right here. It's just the head. Where's the body? Where's the rest of them, right? You will go to museums and you're going to see an arm is missing, a leg is missing, there's chunks, there's scratches, there's everything. So it can be hard for the layman to maybe gather what it's been through, this piece has been through in the centuries since its creation. But with the knowledge that we have on what happened in history, it is really fun now to look at busts during those eras, and you can come to conclusions how it was damaged. So remember that portrait, I'm going to go back, of Aphrodite? Eyes, nose, mouth, ears carved, even the cross on the forehead. That is iconoclastic. Take a look here at my buddy Antoninus Pius. Jesus Christ. One of the emperors, one of the Roman emperors. See how there's obviously some damage, right? Like there's obviously damage. He's missing his body. Hey, Quinn. He's obviously missing his body. It doesn't look like this was intended to be created this way. But there's some marking on the nose, and you will find this regularly. I feel like it is so rare to find sculpture that has a perfectly intact nose, because what protrudes from the face? The nose. What happens when this falls down? The thing that protrudes gets hit. So usually the nose will be broken. And we can see here in this example of the emperor, his nose is a little scuffed, right? His nose is a little scuffed. And actually, if you looking closely, you can see in the eyebrows they're a little scuffed too, because that also sticks out a little bit. So oftentimes, if you look at a bust of like this, and you only find damage in the nose and or like forehead region, we can infer based on that knowledge that it just fell. It fell. He got a little bumped and bruised. This was not intentional carving like iconoclasm. Here's another example of something like that. And remember how I said in the Roman era, in the Roman Empire, when one of the emperors was, killed, and the whole entire family was too. So here's an example of that. Here's a portrait of Marciana, which is a sister of Emperor Trajan. This portrait actually is in a similar situation. It's just regular damage. It's really just the nose, right? Those eyes are beautifully pristine. In other images, the ears are as well. And that mouth is also, the lips are perfectly smooth, perfectly pristine. It's just the nose that's facing some damage. And then this hairpiece, this hat, this headpiece, which makes sense because these are the parts that stick out. So this simply really just fell. And had some damage. I mean, look at how old these are. It's it's lived it's lived a few lives, right? So that's a really fun game that I like to play, is going to a museum, looking at the Roman, Greek, and Byzantine, well, for the statues, the Roman and the Greek statues of emperors and their families, and looking at the damage and going, okay, I know what happened. I know what happened here. Oh, your eyes are carved out, and your nose is a little scuffed, and your ears are got some holes in them. Uh-oh, sounds like you did something you shouldn't have done. Fun fact about this too, actually, which is also why I was saying it's a very, very dramatic time. Because this happened almost every single, if not every single emperor, it became a holiday. There were the days that this would happen, this like purge, became a holiday in the calendar, and so then repeatedly it was marked as a holiday. Which I think is just so hilarious. So it was really, really, really wonderful. Let me see if this actually had any other really great examples of stuff. Oh no, that was it. But let's go to the Met. The Met has a really great collection of Roman and Greek sculpture. And I also want to give you a kind of a fun fact about how you can tell immediately the difference between a Grecian and a Roman sculpture. Okay. I'm just going to type in Emperor. Oh, that was a bad idea because I'm gonna get like everything. Artworks on display. Okay, wait, yeah, here we go. We'll do Roman Empire. Okay. So let's look at oh wait, that's another one of Caracalla. Actually, young Emperor Augustus. There's obviously broken nose. Chin is another one that you'll find damage to. So there's chin here. There's chin here. Oh, this is lovely. Their database is really wonderful. There's chin. There's nose. There's eyebrows, nose. Maybe not so much chin. No, this is intact. This is good. This is just simple damage. See how easy that is? And again, this is a little bit of there is a little bit of guesswork involved with some of this. Things like this are really small, so it can be hard to tell, but I did see, if I can come across it, I can't remember which one it was, but I did see when I was hunting for examples, I did see there was sort of a little brooch that looked like this where the ears, the mouth, the nose, and the eyes were carved out, which was really, really just great. Yeah, see, again, these noses are just having a bad time. The money is so cool, isn't it? The bronze is super neat. You can see how similar it is to our current, money, which is great. Yeah, just, these things fall, these things topple. Yeah, nose. No, it's just looks like maybe a little wear and tear. You see the ears on this guy. Yeah, I would argue that this is I would make an argument that this is iconoclastic damage, right? The eyes have damage to them. This ear is broken. I'll have to look at the other side, but we've got nose, eyes, mouth, ears damage. And this was Antinos? Worship of the divine Antinos, the favorite of the Roman emperor. Oh, is a god. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. False idol worship. Also, I don't know why I'm getting stuffy from speaking. God forbid I speak. Forgive me, raccoonies. Don't be Dion. I just think this is just so fun. So fun. Okay, so now I'm going to give you, hold on, let me duplicate this. And I'm going to give you a, let's do Hercules. Oops, that's not how you spell it. Wait, what? See if I can find. Of course, Greek and Roman are usually shoved together. Trying to find a good example. I think actually a Greek statue of David versus a Roman statue of David. Maybe not. I might have to cover this a little bit better in maybe another lesson specifically, but hold on. Stone. I feel like I can find one. I'm sort of determined. I'm looking for something specific. What if I just do... Oh yeah, also fun fact, the statues used to be colored. They used to be painted like super bright colors. So imagine seeing that everywhere you go. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. Okay, well, I'm not finding these. I might have to go back through my notes from grad school, but essentially what I wanted to show, I don't know if I can have this on. It's art. It's art. Maybe hold on. Maybe I'll do this. Okay. Well, it's art. So see how this statue, it's not just the statue, there's like connection to the leg. There's actually I don't it's art. This is art. Twitch, this is art. See how there's a connection to the leg for support, and there's like what's assumingly a tree trunk for support. Part of me hopes that some of the destruction was from an angry lover, just someone casually being a dick. I'm sure that there was. I'm super sure that there was. One thing that my one of my ancient art history courses in grad school discussed one day was graffiti, and so we were talking about examples of graffiti found in various Roman cities, and things that people would do is they would take the coins that they had on them and start to carve on like walls. And there was one example we saw that I think it was for like a bakery. But I'm sure, you know, a scorned lover or something would absolutely cause destruction. That I'm sure it's out there. It was a very dramatic time for sure. But let's take a look at the statue. This is a Roman statue, and I know it without even reading about it. The reasoning is because the Greeks were mathematicians up the wazoo. They had everything down to a science perfectly. And if they made this sculpture, it would just be the person. It would just be the person. The Romans wanted to copy the Greeks because the Greeks had such lovely art. They were so talented. It was beautiful. And oftentimes, not only were Romans inspired, but the Romans actually would make exact copies. But they weren't exact copies because they couldn't get it to where it could stand on its own. If they did just this person, they couldn't get it to stand on its own. They had to build in supports. They had to build in a little support log here into the leg and stuff and keep them upright. The Greeks, not needed. So I could look at this statue here and immediately see the support and go, it's Roman. See? It's Roman. Let's see if there's another example. It's like this is especially with stone, because stone is so heavy. Actually, I might do this on another lesson. This is actually a really good topic to discuss. But thank you so much for coming to my lecture. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming to my lecture, Raccoonies. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have questions on Iconoclasm, the Byzantine Empire, the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire, sculpture from then, icons, anything of that sort? Is there any questions, Raccoonies? I'll take a couple questions, and then we have to clear the room for the next class. Anybody have their hand raised? Remember, participation is part of your grade. 5% part of your grade. And I know each and every one of you in the room, and if you don't raise your hand and ask a question and make me feel good about this, then by golly, you're getting a 0 today and a pop quiz tomorrow. Going once. Going twice. Failure! Failure on everybody! Failure! Everyone failed. Everyone failed my class. Failed. Zeros. F pluses and minuses. F minus plus minus plus plus minus plus. Do you think that guy was a grower or shower? A grower. It was Hercules. Thank you. You get 5% of your grade as an A. Yay! Art history. We love art history. I would put it to a poll. But I think hold on. But I think I think I've decided what I want to do for the next one. I'm basically going to give you my master's thesis presentation. But I need to tweak some things cuz I need to change the name that's on it. Otherwise I would do it today because I actually have all my notes and stuff. But that'll be next time. We're going to talk about, actually I don't want to spoil it, photography. That's not spoiling it because there's so much to talk about with photography. But yeah, we'll do that next time. Probably maybe in a couple weeks. I don't know if I wouldn't necessarily want to do it next Tuesday, but a couple weeks I think it'll be good. But this is my art history class series. If there's a topic that you're interested in or you want to learn about, or it's just cool and you want to hear more about it, let me know. You can DM me on Twitter. You can tweet at me. That's probably a good idea. You can reply to the tweet that I had showcasing this. That's probably a good idea too. But yeah, I'm happy to use my degrees. In addition to creating all of this that you see here, I am happy to use my degrees. But yeah, so that was fun. I have a little bit more time before I need to go. And I kind of want to, I wonder if there's like a funny, hold on. Boop, boop, boop. Mama.
These are the best videos.
So maybe we could watch a daily dose of internet. Ooh. The best of the internet in 2020. I don't know. Let's see what we got going here. Haha. Okay, now we're cozy. Oh, what did I do? Oh, I see what I did. My bushes. Let's see. I want a compilation. Oh, this is a compilation. Hi, Peeper. Okay, let's watch this one. Chuck E. Cheese got arrested 3 days ago. Got arrested, apparently.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. The police went and arrested Mr. Chuck E. Cheese himself for stealing...
Let's make this look better. Let's make this look better. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Hey. Okay. Let's see. Actually, let me move chat a little bit because I don't want you to take over. Ooh, not you. I want you to take over too much. That's probably fine. That's probably fine. Okay, let's see. Also, I feel like this might be a little loud, so let me lower this a little bit. Okay.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. The police went and arrested Mr. Chuck E. Cheese himself for stealing someone's credit card.
Don't resist. Do not resist. Don't let your hands go.
Oh my god, the kids have to be
Let your hands
traumatized. I see palm trees. This has to
Does
be
this come off,
Florida.
man? Does this just come off the top?
Are you a current smoker?
No.
If so, how many packs per day?
6.
Ooh, that looks good. That's not supposed to happen.
I don't like it.
They were
Valid.
out in the middle of the ocean, and they somehow found this exhausted barn owl that needed a place to rest.
Oh, he's tired.
This is why it's called a flash flood, because it comes out of nowhere.
That looks like dirt. Whoa. And you're just standing there? Like, hello? Wow, so much tree. That's crazy.
Did you bite someone at school today?
Mommy,
Jackie.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. Oh, man. Oh,
Wait, oh my god, I was laughing. I missed that.
man.
Oh. That's crazy.
This poor bird doesn't understand how gravity works.
Oh, the bird. He just wants to stand there. Find somewhere else to stand.
They were
Oh, he
trying to
did.
figure out how to fix the sewer pipe.
Oh no, 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 oh no.
Why didn't nobody tell me that walruses could do this?
No nut sparkles. Raccoonies. Can you imagine, first of all, being in this haunted, this is 100% haunted, this haunted area? You're not even like, what is this ladder situation? And then like, I just I'm gonna click it and I'm gonna die again. Oh wait. Oh, the
Why didn't
poopy!
nobody tell me that walruses could do this? They couldn't figure out why there was no air coming out of this vent.
Gummy, dishonest, cheap, lazy. You know, all those fun little buzzwords. Case in point.
Are you kidding?
What? Why would they go through the effort of putting that on there?
Words. Case in point.
Are you kidding?
That That's crazy.
This guy figured out how to beat the crowd to get on a busy train.
Brother.
I have never seen two crabs hug before.
Oh, they're so happy to be crabs.
Trippy. Trippy. So do you want a 2 or do you want a 50? What would you like?
Either one, mate.
50p.
50.
Calls come in.
50. Do you want the 3 2s together or one at a time?
One at a time.
What the fuck?
This giant wasp nest was
Does he
recently
just have
discovered in
coins in his
China.
Ugh. That looks like an art installation.
This truck pulled to the side to give this car some room to pass, but might have given a little too much room.
Uh-oh. 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 Wee woo. Wee woo.
This guy figured out how to work smarter instead of harder.
Como 50 cabrones y vean cómo van pintando.
Oh, that's big brain.
Está vale, ¿eh?
That's big brain.
Que hace la banderita, que le echa el aire, ese güey le echa el aire. Ah, le tapa.
There's nothing more satisfying than taking the plastic off a new TV.
True.
So why did nobody tell
Congrats,
me
you
that
get to
owls
do it
can
again
float
on
like
a new
this?
TV. Wee! Owl Spa. Oh my god, he worked. Owl Spa. Wee!
If this happened to me, I would demand my money back. This poor
It
dog
represents
doesn't like
life.
the smelly fruit.
Is that jackfruit? No.
How did something like this even happen?
That's a lot of people. Oh. Exactly. This was literally my first thought when I went, that's a lot of people.
A few weeks ago,
Yeah,
this
Bucky
plane was
Kid.
spotted having some issues while flying over London.
Oh, I think I read something about this actually. It was an engine that went out and had emergency
This might be
landing.
the fattest squirrel I've ever seen.
That is legit a coconut. That is
It's
a
always good to look
coconut.
before crossing the street.
You did it to yourself.
Lenny, want me to hold the back of your pants?
Oh my gosh, you doing it?
Oh my god.
They were trying to have a romantic date
Classic.
on the beach.
The romance is dead.
Something tells me that he's been doing this for a while.
Mini pancake?
是的，没有呀。
And then you put it in a bowl and with syrup and you eat it like cereal? Oh yeah.
So why was clearing out this stuck pipe so satisfying?
Is that more poopy? Why is there so much poopy?
I wonder who was responsible for making this mess.
Just walked in the door with my groceries to this.
Womp womp.
French doors were open. And the best part is the problem is contained.
So why is this pig walking like this?
Yeah, runway, yeah, runway, yeah. Give it to him, yeah. Shake your butt, yeah. What's that? What is that? Oh, it's a dog. What's the dog doing?
The demolition of this hotel is super satisfying to watch.
My brother! My brother, be careful, brother! Be careful! Genius, I shouldn't have doubted.
That is the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon.
Oh my god, that scream though.
One day, you won't have to assemble the entire creative.
We don't like ads. I'll bring you back when it's over. Here's an ad for me. Watch me on twitch.tv/pinkpeonyvt. I usually stream on the weekends. Oh, look at that. It's done now. Oh, just kidding. Sometimes I stream during the week as well. I stream like right now on a Tuesday. And I do different things. Like I play games. I just gave an art history lesson. I do collabs with people. I have a new Baldur's Gate campaign that I'm doing with friends on Saturdays. So we're going to be streaming at 8 p.m. EST on Saturday night. I'm doing Baldur's Gate, so that's going to be fun. And I'm a cleric. Oh, there we go. We're back.
Recently, some wildfires in France, so this helicopter tried to scoop up some water.
How do you feel about the painting avalanche in the Alps? I don't know if I'm familiar with that. We're doing the hardest one, honor. How did you fail that? Not that I'm an expert. Oh, I love them. Oh, no! Hell yeah. You kept driving.
Oliver.
This guy managed to find a really weird looking
I
fish.
feel like James. Okay, I'll look it up. Are you broken? Bye. Ew. Ew. Oh, hello, monkey. Bye, monkey. Bye, monkey. Oh my god, what are you doing that situation? Oh, that's so scary.
These baby birds got scared after seeing a butterfly for the very first time.
Scary, don't know what is. Don't know what is. Scary just appeared out of nowhere, doesn't know what is.
This bus driver stopped his bus to save this child that was choking on candy.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Okay, everybody look this way.
Oh, beautiful.
So, how does something like this even work?
Whoa. It's her right arm.
They were
Wow.
really curious and wanted to see what she would do.
Wow. Oh no, they got scared. They did the thing. They did the thing. Ew. Yeah, dog's turn. Yeah, dog's turn. I know what's wrong with it. It ain't got no gas in it.
She didn't want him climbing on the playground.
Baby. Baby. Ah!
This boy was stuck on a monorail track and couldn't get down.
How? That's bad parenting. Oh my god. Yeah. What the what? Why? It's cool, but why?
They said that their car made a weird noise when driving, so this mechanic wanted to see for themselves.
That is dedication to your craft.
Damn.
Bruh, why would you be standing there? Yep. Did it, boss. Did the tattoo boss. Did
This
it.
coffee prank is going to fool everyone watching this video.
I was wondering. Played. Bro. Oh, jumps like that always terrify me because you could break your neck.
Where's your hat? Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
This guy lost a game of
Fascinating.
Chinese chess and spent 4 hours in the pouring rain trying to figure out how he lost.
What? Amazing. Dedication to your craft. Shoot it. Shoot it. Shoot it. Goal.
It seems like every single day we get a new video like this from China.
Yeah, there have actually been a lot of like weird
She thought that she was helping her
sinkholes.
little sister take her medicine.
That is so
For
funny.
some reason, this cute spider wants to take a shower every time he turns on the water.
Cute spider.
No.
What?
Getting a little shower.
He wants
Turn
the
it
water.
back on. Here he comes. Getting a shower.
This cat loves to go on the swing.
Yeah. Wee. Wee. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Okay, that's a little rough though.
This guy somehow trained these fish to score goals.
That's so cute. Oh, they can have fun too. They're playing. They did it. Yeah. That's so cute.
This guy got tired of paying rent, so he started paying rent in coins, forcing the office to spend 3 hours counting.
That's awesome.
Look at this dog. Did you steal something in your dad's truck that you weren't supposed to?
So why is this dog so sneaky?
Milo.
There's a gecko. Stealth mode.
Milo.
that is the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed.
That's so good.
And I'll see you guys again very soon.
Those are good. I haven't watched those in a while, actually. Okay, raccoonies, I need to go eat dinner now. I really hope that you liked my my presentation. And I hope that we laughed together, and I hope that you think I'm pretty and smart. Let's see what we can read into. Oh wow, my phone's almost dead. I should charge it. I should have charged it now. If I was smart, it would have. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. Let's see. Oh, Cab. Cab is streaming. Let's raid Cab. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching my presentation and talking art with me. Look forward to another art history lesson in the future. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, day, morning, night. I love you so much. Here's your raccoon kissies. Go give some kissies to Cab now.